Is Congressman Troy Carter from Louisiana.
Thank you very much to our co-chairs and to Leader Jeffries, and certainly thanks to all of you for having the courage to come and to be with us, to share your knowledge on what this means to so many Americans. Medicaid plays a crucial role in providing care for millions of Louisianians, and ACA tax premium credits help make marketplace coverage more affordable for individuals and families that are ineligible for Medicaid. It's essential that we continue to both strengthen Medicaid and permanently extend the ACA enhanced premium credits. It makes a difference. These programs are lifelines for children, small business owners, veterans, seniors, people with disabilities, and hardworking families. If Republicans let these tax credits expire, 43,000 people in my district alone will see their health coverage costs skyrocket at a time when the cost of rice and bread and rent and mortgage and other payments continue to escalate. This is yet another burden that in America, the richest country in the world, we should not have to suffer. Democrats are here to fight for you in word and in deed. And we thank you for taking time out of your schedules to be with us. There's a million questions I'd like to ask. There's a million statements I'd like to say. I'd like to open my heart and give it to you. We know that time is limited and there are other members to be heard. So I'll be very brief, but I do want to ask Dr. Ellison and Ms. Broth the same question. When a person decides that because of the stress and strain of being able to afford health care, and they elect to not see the doctor because they can't afford to, or they elect to skip a dose of their insulin or their medicine, what does that do, A, to them, and B, to the system that ultimately, when I don't see you in a clinic, when I don't see you on the preventive side of care, I see you in the emergency room and I see you on the curative side of care. Share with us briefly what that means.
Let's take a diabetic, for example, because I feel like this is a tangible, realistic example, right? So if someone who is diabetic does not take their medications, they run a litany of risks, everything from seizures to cardiac events, but also they developed wounds, right? So untreated diabetes can lead to peripheral neuropathy, which is numbness in your extremities, and then you don't have sensation, and the smallest cut or insult to your tissue could cause an open wound that then festers into a sore that then turns into either an amputation or hyperbaric treatment or death from sepsis. So something as simple as making sure that people have access to their medications when they need them in a timely manner, and making sure that they have the education about why they're important and the sequelae that can follow if they don't follow through on a regimen that's recommended.
And so if we can drill into the real issue is, if you can't afford it, you can't take it. If you can't take it, you get sick. If you get sick and it's untreated, you die.
But all of this is preventable.
That's the point. It's preventable, but you have to have access.
Correct.
And we have to convince people that preventive care is a heck of a lot cheaper than curative care.
Oh, yes. Insulin, I can tell you, is definitely cheaper than someone who needs hyperbaric therapy or an amputation or multiple wound debridements.
And for that person who elects to not take their medicine because they can't afford it, then they end up in the emergency room. What does that do to the system?
Well, the emergency rooms in hospitals are already wildly overcrowded. So it just bogs the system down more. And then that person just not having gotten a dose of insulin, right, or multiple doses of insulin over time, let's say, might prevent the next person behind them from getting treated for a cardiac arrest or something else, right? So, and then the next person, and then the next person, and then the next person, and the wait times are longer. and the people aren't getting in fast enough. And then again, people are going to die in the waiting rooms.
And then quickly, I'll yield. Dr. Ellison, you said earlier that even with the best health insurance, it won't shorten the lines if the system is strained, even the best insurance. So people were sitting at home thinking, well, it doesn't impact me because I've got the best insurance in the world. It doesn't matter. When the system is strained, it impacts everyone.
Yes, and to follow up on her scenario with diabetes, that person could also have a stroke from the not having diabetes. Then the burden on the hospital system, if it's a rural hospital, is more expensive uncompensated care. And so that's going to put a strain on everything. And the person, like you said, may eventually die or be paralyzed or need artificial limbs. So let's give them the insulin. Let's give them the access early so that they won't have to worry about the strokes and all this stuff and uncompensated care.
Thank you all very much. Madam Chair, I yield.